Hey guys, welcome to a new Panama Cards video. This is the 7th episode. This is gonna be about the Belgian golden generation. But before we jump into recent articles, please subscribe to make sure you don't miss some great content. In this first article, it says that Belgium is facing a date with destiny against Italy. This second article says Euro 2020 might have been the last chance for Belgium to win anything. Are you serious? The last chance? And this one might be the worst one I found. Italy signed Golden Generation debt warrant. So it's over. They're dead. Now let's think again, guys. Look at these three cool kids here. They are the base of this golden generation. And how old do you think they are? They're not that old at all. Eden Hazard and Kevin De Bruyne are just 30 years old this year. And Romelu Lukaku just turned 28. Don't you give those guys 5 more years of playing at high level? Now, injuries are always a factor, but when you see this season what guys like Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi or Robert Lewandowski did, why wouldn't those Belgian guys do the same? So this year we went with this beautiful team. Now we're gonna check how it should evolve in the coming years. We're gonna look at who's getting old, who's getting injured constantly, who's been underwhelming, and try to find out the starting 11 for the next years. So I won't speak much about the goalkeeping spot because I believe Thibaut Courtois has 5 more years in front of him, so that's a lock. So for me, we're gonna start with the defense. It's time for a change. The defense is getting old. They were true warriors for the last decade, but we need a change. First, Thomas Vermaelen, I believe, should be the first to leave, even though he was fighting a lot, but he's playing in Japan. He doesn't play at a super high level and getting old. So he, to me, would be my first one to leave. Then Toby Alderweireld and Jan Vertonghen are still playing at a high level, but for how long? Now we need some current players to step up and some youngers to arrive too. So first is Dedrick Boyata. He's been fighting with injuries throughout the season. He's not 100% yet, but he's been doing great in Berlin. People like him, and I believe he can be our center back for the future. Then we have Jason Denayer. His situation in Lyon is unclear. We have to keep a close eye on that. Also, his bad pass against Denmark got him a bench spot for that, so he needs to bounce back, but I think he has the potential. So that's another one. Now for the young players who could be on their way to stardom, I will start with Seb Bornau. He's playing in Cologne in Germany. He's really appreciated there. There have been some talks between them and Wolfsburg for maybe a transfer, who knows. And I think he could be, if injuries stay away, another new anchor for the future. Now switching to the second defender we're going to talk about, it's Elias Kobo. He's a left back, really talented, really promising talent. Also in trouble with injuries, didn't play much this season, so let's check for the future. Then the third defender of the future I selected is Zino van Heusden. Also, unfortunately, fighting with injuries. His contract is with Inter Milan and he's on loan right now with Standard de Liège. Super talented, but how will it evolve with his injury history? We'll see in the future. So you got it. For our future defense, the main factor is going to be injuries. Now let's talk about the defensive midfield. We have an anchor there who's AXEL WITSEL, but he's getting old. He's not going to be eternal, so I don't give him the 5 years. He's not 100% since his injury. Now we have Leandro DENDONCKER as well, who played well replacing him, but is he a long-term starter? Not sure. Same thing, Dennis Praat, I'm not sure he is enough to be on the team. And Hans VANAKEN, also good, but is he good to start? I'm not sure. So let's check who we have in the defensive midfield for the future. So to me, the key to our defensive midfield of the future is 18-year-old Astor Ranks. He just signed a contract with Wolfsburg, so he's gonna play European football most probably this year. He's only 18, but for watching him this season mostly, he's really talented. He's to me the future of our defensive midfield alongside with Yuri Tielemans. I believe when he's ready he can take Axel Witsel's spot or Leander the Donker spot. So I have no other answer. He's the best answer we can give for the defensive midfield. Now for the wingers and offensive players of the team. First, I believe NACER CHADLO. He's been a hero, but he's getting old and more injured, so I think he's not gonna make the team a lot more. I've seen DRIES MERTENS being not the same since his injury. Will he get back to his old self? He's getting old too. He's not one of the youngest of the team. Then, is there trust in Yannick Carrasco? I do trust him, but we'll see if the coach still does. And how healthy is Christian Benteke as well? He's getting old as well, so we don't know. And then the case of Leandro Trossard. Can he be a starter or will he be an eternal bench player? Let's see. So on the right wing, I would trust Timothy Castagne for the next 5 years. I was so sad for his injury on the first game, but I believe he's our right wing man ahead of Thomas Meunier. He's not that young, but for sure still has 5 top years in him. Now, obviously, you cannot speak about the future of Belgium's team without speaking of that guy, Jeremy Doku. He's gonna get minutes in the future also because he's able to play left and right wing. He still loses the ball a lot, but his dribbling is getting better every day. And he's just only 19 years old, so I see a bright future for him. And then we have another electric wing guy, Alexis Salemakers. He's good from both feet. Look where he's playing, with who he's playing, who he's learning from right now. He's gonna have a bright future in the team, I believe, in my opinion. And now he's gonna turn 20 next week, the young Jari Verscharen. Happy birthday. This guy is an offensive midfielder, so talented. I believe he's the answer to the long-term replacement of Eden Hazard. Now, if you look in the transfer rumors, there might be Jack Grealish going away from Aston Villa. Aston Villa is looking at Jari Verscharen to replace Jack Grealish. So that's kind of a sign that he's good, no? So just watch him play next season. He's great. Then 2 players with a huge potential to watch for the next years. Not sure they will start anytime soon for Belgium, but Charles de Ketelaere from Bruges has many suitors, and also Albert Sambi-Lokonga just signed with Arsenal, so he might have a lot of playing time if Martin Odegaard leaves. So really interesting players to keep an eye on. So that brings us to the way too early predictions of the starting 11s for Belgium for the next big cups. So, next year's World Cup in Qatar. First, I will say that Thibaut Courtois, I believe, will stay long term, so his spot is protected. The defensive line should be still Jan Vertonghen, Dedrick Boyata stepping in for Thomas Vermaelen, and then Toby Alderweireld. The defensive midfield shouldn't move yet. I would say Yuri Tielemans and Axel Witsel get it. The wings would be Thibaut Castagne and Thorgan Hazard, and the offense would be still Eden Hazard, Kevin De Bruyne, and Romelu Lukaku. So not even looking at the bench that we would have behind that, I believe this team is great to do something in this World Cup. Now let's jump 3 years from now to the Euro 2024 in Germany. I still have Thibaut Courtois in the goal, but then the defense is recycling. I have Elias Kobo on the left, Dedrick Boyata in the center, and Jason Denayer on the right. Defensive midfield, I believe, I'm not sure Witsel will make it there, so I still have Yuri Tielemans and then Leander Dendonckers doing the transition. And for the wings, I got Timothy Castagne and Jeremy Doku, with still the same offense of Eden Hazard, Kevin De Bruyne, and Romelu Lukaku. Now this team, I believe, can still win it in this Euro. And then the last stop of our time-traveling journey will bring us to the World Cup 2026 in the USA, Canada, and Mexico. Here I realized that Thibaut Courtois is eternal, he's still there. Now the defense is way younger. We have Elias Kobo, still Dedrick Boyata in my opinion is staying there, and I'm adding here Seb Borneau. That's where the defensive midfield is evolving with Yuri Tielemans and Astor Franks. In the wings, I have my Anderlecht guys Alexis Salemakers and Jeremy Doku, and that's where I believe Eden Hazard's health will get him, so I have in the offense Jari Verskaren, Kevin De Bruyne and Romelu Lukaku. I would personally go to war with those 11 guys. To me, that could be the best team we will have. So let's check for the future. So in conclusion, do you think Belgium is done yet? I personally don't think so. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content. And see you next time, hopefully. Goodbye.